Cat, what the fuck are you doing? Welcome to the Trash Cats Trash Cast. I'm Richard.
I'm Steven. And today, we're excited to celebrate 1 million plays of our podcast.
And to a million more. Steven, we're crushing it.
Finally made it out of the hood with this one. The places this podcast took us to, I just never would have dreamt.
It's not the hood. It's not better than the hood. It's not worse. It's just different.
Just different. But yeah, 1 million plays is a fucking lot. It's pretty rad.
It's it's incredible. It's good to know that we, in just 5 short years,
perseverance,
we've dominated now the podcast space. There's so many podcasts.
Watch out, Rogan.
They can't. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Rogan's beneath us, in multiple levels.
He is falling off pretty hard, but there's some other characters on the rise. So we got plenty of people to kill.
And we have the listenership, our loyal fan base to thank for bringing us this unchecked power.
Our fellow trash cats. And we got some really fun questions emailed in from the fans. Let's kick it off with a classic. How was your week?
Oh, that's the best question. Every week I look forward to it. My week has been kind of fun. We had
I heard you got trapped.
Yeah. So I'm getting to that. So we had a catering event the other day. I'm sorry. Let me start from the beginning.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to go to work because we have this catering event. I'm getting ready to go to work, and it's one of the first freezes. We got snow. It was it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm supposed to try to be there by 6, and I go out to my car doesn't start. And I'm having issues with it. I'm working on trying to get it going. I going through all the motions. It doesn't seem like it's taken me that long, but by the time that I get my car going, I get back in. And it's now 6:30.
Did it just have a cold engine?
Yes, I really do think that's all it was.
Just a little chilly in there.
It's just a little chilly in there. Either that, or I might have left the light on.
Well, wouldn't you know?
Well, I don't know.
Did you jump the car?
I jumped the car. So
I think we know.
I'm not. Hey, excuse me. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know.
I think we know.
I claim.
Everybody lies about their battery jump. They're like, "Oh, I maybe left the light on," and then you look in the car, and there's
all the lights. They're all on. So anyways, I'm already running late. And we have to do, it's a corporate gig. We got to be there at a certain time. It's all the way down in Detroit. You got to go load up the truck and make sure we're all good. So I message my boss and he starts getting everything ready for us. By the time I get there, he's already done. It's ready to roll. My coworker's running behind though. They text me and said they hid their wallet from themselves. So they were running behind. Yeah, I suppose so.
Something.
So they show up a little bit late. We're running behind, right? It's just been a morning of oh shit.
So you guys all fucked up, huh?
Yeah, but now we're on the road.
Gotcha.
The road is clear, and we get down there safe and sound.
Okay.
We unload all of our shit, and we get up to the upstairs. I go park the van. We carry our stuff down. This is we are catering in their office. We're taking all of our tools and supplies into their, little commissary kitchen room, so that we can make smoothies for the masses of this company.
And you just do this for fun, right? Because our podcast is so successful, you don't need a day job.
Exactly.
correct?
Exactly. No, this is
Gotcha.
this is for the, this is how I give back to the community,
Gotcha.
So yeah. So while I'm there, we realized that we didn't have gloves. We just didn't pack any. It's fair. Like we're getting all our shit together last minute. That happens. So what we also knew was that on the floor below us, also important to know, we're on the 18th floor of this building.
Okay, it's a little light jog up and down, huh?
Yeah. So, it's a really important building in Detroit. I don't want to dox the company that
you were serving some corpo NPCs, huh?
Yeah. More or less.
Gotcha.
So they let us into, they have to like scan a thing to like use the elevators. So,
oh my God, they're useless, huh?
So when I was on the 18th floor, we knew that there's a vendor that works on the 17th floor. So they had mentioned it. Somehow we knew that there was someone down there. So we decide we'll go check. Actually, it was, I want to give credit for the idea because it was a good idea. The idea was good. I'm going to start that. I want to give that to my coworker who said, we should go ask them for gloves. And I said, that's a great idea. I'll go do that. And I thought, I can't take the elevator without a pass, but my legs work and I can use the stairs.
True.
So I asked someone for where the stairwell is, and they said, oh, it's right over there. And I walk over to the stairwell, and there's a little storm door, and I go through that and then run downstairs to the 17th floor. And I realize that there's a little scanner on the side of the door that you're supposed to scan in.
So you
to keep.
So you just scan your badge and go right through, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That would be cool.
You didn't have a badge.
I didn't have a badge. So I realized in that very moment that if the 17th floor has a badge scanner situation, the 18th floor almost certainly does too. And as I run upstairs to check, I recognize that yes, I am stuck in the stairwell,
like a true professional.
Now, if this was a normal day, I could just call my coworker and have them come let me back in. The issue was that, and luckily they had mentioned it after we had brought all the stuff up. They said, "Oh damn, I left my phone in the car." So they didn't have their phone on them. I had mine, luckily. And I had, in this moment, I had two choices. One, reach out to the point of contact we have with the company.
Embarrassing.
Okay. We have like someone that brought us out and like asked us to be here and coordinated it with us of when to get here and helped us, like scan in to get up the elevator, all that shit.
Yeah.
We could bother her.
But you'd look like a fucking idiot.
Exactly. And I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm not going to embarrass myself in front of these people. So I figured the professional thing to do at this point is
just kill yourself in the hall.
Yeah,
just hang yourself.
Actually, I got to tell you, this stairwell, by the way, so it's an old ass building. It was like 1930s ish. Beautiful, beautiful building. This stairwell that I'm in is like the service stairs of like the very like it's fire escape only basically.
Yeah.
So
is it rickety or is it the white?
No, it's very
walls.
solid.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of like a spiral-ish, not like a round spiral, but like, it goes down and around, and there's like a pit in the middle where you can look down and you can see just how far 18 floors is.
You could just visualize your corpse.
If you aimed it good and you got down through there, boy, it would hurt. So I had that thought. It was kind of beautiful in a very desolate feeling kind of way, liminal space kind of way. But anyways, I'm standing there. I'm at the door. I still haven't given up on the door. I'm just kind of like, so I'm doing this thing where I'm knocking on the door, and then I'm opening the handle. I'm pulling at the handle because it kind of moves a little bit, has a little give to it.
Yeah.
So that people will hear the knocking and then can see which door it's coming from, because the stairwell was almost in a hallway of doors. So my thought is, if I make noise and then also move the door, they'll know and someone will come and open the door. So I did that for maybe a minute too long.
Did you try to pick it?
And I did not have my tools on me.
Did you have a credit card?
I did not have a credit card.
You had nothing?
Well, I might have had my wallet. But my assumption was, I just start taking my credit cards and putting them up to the scanner.
Bro, it's crazy. People get all these fancy security things, and I swear, half of doors that have a lock on it, you could just pop the like sticky part with the credit card.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I didn't have you and your B&E experience with me. So what I decided in that moment was, no one's coming to help me at this door. That's fine.
Yeah,
it's like early. Fucked. It's like 7:30 in the morning. People are still like coming into work, So I decide what the smart thing to do would just be run down these stairs, go back to the front desk.
Act like nothing happened.
The very nice ladies working in security up at the front desk were really sweet, and I'll tell them how I got stuck in the stairwell, and we'll all have a good laugh. I'll get back up, and we'll get back to service.
Of course.
So I should say at this point it's probably closer to like 7:50. We got like 10 minutes until we're supposed to start making smoothies.
Fuck, dude.
I've already given up on the idea of getting the gloves. Like that idea is dead to me.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about gloves anymore.
Well, we have a hand washing sink like right next to where we're setting up. So it's like, okay, we just have to wash our hands after touching everything. It's going to slow service down, but that works. So
sure.
So we do that. I go with that option. So I'm running down the stairs. First of all, you think, I'm just going down the stairs. It's not going to take that long. But 18 floors is a lot of floors. And also around floor 6, I believe, is when they stop putting up signs to tell you what floor you're on. So there's a little bit of disorientation around like third or second floor that happened. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm at or where, like what I should be doing. Every floor I'm at, I check.
For this shit.
Yeah, every floor I'm on, I check. And each door that's at that floor has a scan thing on it. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping for anything. So I can finally get to the bottom. I get to the bottom and I turn to, to the interior of the building where all these doors have been. And there isn't a door there. There is just it looks like a trash chute, like a garbage chute. And then I look to the other side and there's a door that just leads outside. And I'm like, well, that's not ideal, but I can just walk around.
I can just walk around the front. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just walk around the front. It's not that big of a deal. Is it, 18 degrees in downtown Detroit right now? Sure. But I can do that. So I walk outside, and by the time that I notice that there is a large security fence on either side of this alleyway that I'm in, the door has closed behind me.
Of course.
And of course that locks as well.
And at this point, you're just being bullied by a building, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
Gotcha.
Completely rude. So I do try the gates. I'm not trying to climb them, because that's not the vibe I was trying to give off to this company that we're catering for.
Yeah.
But I did try both sides before admitting defeat and calling the contact. And I said, hey, funny story.
Say it how you actually said it, because I know you're cold as fuck. You're like, your teeth were chattering.
I really wasn't, because I think the adrenaline at that point of me realizing what had happened.
Sure.
I was fine. I didn't have my coat, and they were worried about me, but I was fine. I said, funny story. So I was trying to stop down to the vendor on the floor below and realize that I couldn't do that without a badge. And then I realized I couldn't get up without a badge. And then I somehow got stuck in the alleyway out back of the building, and I was trying to explain the situation to her, and she said, hold on just a minute. I'll let security know, and they'll buzz you in. Don't worry, it's happened before.
And then you tripped on a banana and fell down a manhole.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then a piano fell on me. So they eventually, as I'm standing there, I'm like kind of pacing back and forth, just like waiting for something to happen. And eventually I hear a voice. And they said, "Hey." And I said, "Hello." And they said, "I don't think you're supposed to be out there."
Oh my God.
And I said, no, I kind of got stuck. And they said, "Why didn't you just take the elevator?"
Oh my God, dude. I'd be so pissed, bro. Why?
They were fucking razzing me.
Bro, why do security guards think they're so fucking cute? They they love to be like.
They were though. It was
No.
they were very sweet. No, these women were extremely nice. They were very sweet women. I really, I cannot stress that enough. I get what you mean. If it was almost anybody else, I would agree with you. But this was funny. So as I walk around the front of the building, and we all have a good laugh, and she's we're going back up the elevator, and she's telling me that actually her husband just a couple months ago had done the exact same thing when he came into the building to visit.
She said, "Don't worry, my husband's a fucking idiot too."
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, he's a fucking dumbass too. And she was like, "So it happens. Don't stress it." I was like, cool.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm like apologizing for the inconvenience and everything. And then we get up there. So this is all set up. Everything before this point has been set up for the real piece de la resistance, if you will, that we started blending these smoothies for, the fine people who work in this office. And within about 5 minutes, one of our blenders starts smoking.
Fuck yeah.
So that's, that's problem
hard.
number one.
Yeah.
But we always bring 2 blenders. So we're like, all right, we've done this challenge before. We can do 1 blender setup. We can make this work. We have multiple pitchers, one for each thing, and then we'll just make that work.
No gloves, 1 blender. We got this, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. So as we're going, the second blender, maybe 5 minutes later, just overheats and does like the auto shut off.
Oh yeah. So then you used your hands.
Yeah. So yeah, every bit in my head of like, okay, maybe like we're thinking maybe it's like the electrical outlets because the electrical outlets, we had plugged them into other ones to begin with and they didn't turn on at all. And then I tried a different outlet, then it didn't work at all. This one did work, but like burnt both of our blenders out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we eventually, we had to tell everyone like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on here." Usually when they overheat, they just need about 20 minutes and they'll turn back on. Like
but this rickety old building melted every motor.
So while we're waiting, we found a different outlet and we plugged it into that. The first blender's gone. It's dead to us. That's just gone.
How much does those cost?
I think $1,000.
Awesome. Cool.
So, yeah. So there's that. We wait the 20 minutes or so, and then the blender still doesn't start. We try to turn it on. Meanwhile, this whole time, of course, we have all of these office workers that are coming up to us and asking like, "Oh, you guys doing smoothies today?" And we're like, about that. And I think I did a really good job of kind of like mulling it over. Plus, everyone there was like, they don't fucking care. It's a free thing that they're getting.
They're
like
sedated, bro. They're just trying to get through the morning.
I don't care if I got to wait 20 minutes. I'll fuck around and then come back. I'm not working. I'm not doing work right now. That's fine.
So what's the status of the second blender?
second blender's still not turning on. We've given it now 30, 40 minutes. I did let my boss know that this happened. I texted him and I just said like, hey, here's the situation. We're just going to let it cool down, and then we'll start back again with one blender. We'll be fine.
So
there's like 80 people. We have like 2 hours. Even if we stay like an extra half hour, make sure we take care of everybody. We're good. It's not a big deal. This is a small event for us.
Just to clarify, you're down about 2K and caught a cold before noon. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
Okay, cool.
So after maybe 45 to 50 minutes of like apologizing and like I'm talking to the contact this whole time saying like, I'm so sorry. Like I have no idea what happened here.
Please,
like,
we make good food.
yeah, like and here's the thing is like the contact knows us from a different office that she used to work with that we also do catering for. This is like how she knows who we are.
That's good.
So like she's familiar with what we do. And she's just the sweetest, like very nice, she actually sends out like a memo to everyone. Like, I told my boss, like, you're going to have to bring a couple more blenders down. I don't know what happened. So he brings down 2 new blenders. And he's, it's like a 30-minute drive from where we keep all our shit. So it's like, so she sends out this memo that's like, everyone come down at like 9:30. And of course we're like, we'll stay as long as we need, to make sure we take care of everybody and all that. By the time we get the blenders there, there's now a line forming, because they all heard, okay, 9:30 smoothie time. So we get the blenders plugged in. Everything works great. We take care of everybody. No problems with the new outlet. Everything's cool.
Nice.
And the whole time we're like, we're never coming back here again for sure. Like there's no way.
Nah, bro, they're desperate for that sweet fruit. Them sweet berries,
it's like,
bro.
I'm sure they can get something maybe not comparable to quality, but comparable to like a treat, like a sweet treat for their people that's probably going to cost them less. And, this was embarrassing. It sucked.
Sweeter the berry. The sweeter the juice.
The smokier and stuck inside of an alleyway, the berry. So we're wrapping up and the woman comes over and she's like, the contact comes over and she says, how'd everything go over here? And we're like, well, once we got the new blenders, everything was great. And she said, I'm good. I'm glad to hear it. It sounds like everyone else really liked it. And, that's crazy about the outlet, but we'll just have to remember that for next time. And we're like, oh, cool. She said next time, maybe that was a slip of the tongue. Maybe she meant it. And then we go back and of course we're talking about how it sucked and how we lost blenders and how that was a bummer. And, I think someone joked about like, man, I really hope she tips. We don't require a tip for our whatever commercial shit, but she did. So, I think we were just charming enough and the smoothies were just good enough.
That's really sweet. I'm sure that tip will cover
yeah.
1/5 of the blender blade.
Well, it doesn't even go to the company, that goes to us. So I get that. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck the company, right?
Yeah. It's all about me. So,
cash in hand, bro.
boy, howdy. That was an eventful one. That was just a long day.
That's
and it all happened before noon. So,
bro, with those type of days where like 10 things go wrong before noon, it's like fucked up. It's like, what are we doing out here, man?
Yeah, it's like, man, I should have gone back to bed like immediately. Like I should have gone back to bed when my car didn't start.
My buddy stopped over earlier this week and it snowed like 8 days before that. And he looked at my car. He's like, fuck, dude, you ain't gone nowhere. It had been like 9 days. And I think the last time I left the house was to get Blue Moo cookie dough.
Fuck yeah, dude. I go get my ice cream. That's your one. You're like every 2 weeks, Steven sneaks out of the house to get his social engagement going.
I'm low on monsters and Blue Moo cookie dough. I need a re-up, bro.
My shitty girlfriend forgot to pick me up monsters and Blue Moo on the way home.
The day she forgets. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so funny.
Oh fucking hell. So that was my week. That
was pretty chill.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Did you say how your week was? Was you talking about how your week was? Was that you didn't leave the fucking house?
Yeah, I didn't do shit, man. I did have a couple funny thoughts though. What's the difference between What's the difference between between a crazy person's thoughts and a good book premise?
Follow through.
A good lie, okay? So I was writing this book, okay? Here's the premise, okay? And it's for a really good book, guys, okay? Just what is the best reason a dad would be trying to kill their son? Like hunting them down, top priority in life is to kill the son. Straight biblical Abraham shit.
I'm sorry, you're asking me a question?
Yes.
Okay. If the son is trying to kill them.
No.
No.
Take that off the table.
Okay.
No future violence by the son. I feel like it grinds down to like acts of like what are the worst evil or what directly would manipulate a father into wanting to kill their son. But I feel like there could be an interesting motivation there for a character. And I'm curious if we can come up with anything.
Oh, you don't have the answer.
I have something.
You have concepts of an answer.
I have concepts of a book.
Did you just think of this while I was telling that story because you heard it before and you drifted off?
Bro, the real answer is so much crazier. Just help me come up with a premise. Okay, here's mine. Okay, but this is like trailer trash shit. All I can think of like the best reason a dad is trying to kill the son is because like the son raped the daughter or something. But I don't want to write a whole book about incest. Right?
Yeah.
I've wrote enough about incest this year. I need something new. But there is something there. I can feel it. Do you feel it?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely. I feel like it's got the beginnings of one of those books that a bunch of people get really upset about and offended by, and then like it gets really popular because of that. Like it gains a bunch of traction because people are like, "Oh my god, you got to read this book! It's gruesome and terrifying."
There's something
like there is something.
There's a political pundit I listen to that I despise, right? But I think it's very funny that the dad is so ashamed of his son that the dad has decided to make his own political venture with the sole focus of trying to counteract or counterbalance his son's work. Like the dad is so disgusted with his own son that his entire life has became about trying to rid the world of his son's work. And the dad's efforts are extremely futile. But I think the interplay is so interesting. Like I want a conflict where you can't decide between the two who is worse. You know what I mean?
Oh boy. That does open up. So that opens up discussions. You could, if it ended, if the father ends up killing the son, then it's like, was this a politically motivated attack, or was this a personal thing?
Well, the real life example was the political example, but I want something not politicals and not about sexual assault. Okay. And maybe my limits of imagination are struggling here. But I have the ending.
The son runs a pizza business, but the father hates pizza, and he runs a pasta business, and he decides he does everything he can to try to abolish pizza. I understand. Yes, and I'm just trying to work with the formula here.
There is a concept there, though. I just can't. I haven't fleshed it. I know the ending of the other story I was writing. That's all fucked up right now. I know the ending, and this is shitty because I'm not like a real writer. I just like writing.
I think that makes you a real writer.
If you say you do a thing, you get just as much satisfaction, or at least a portion of it, as doing it. Okay, so if I just keep saying I'm writing a book, it's not as.
Hey, look, it's on recording.
Yeah,
you're published in a podcast, having said that you're writing a book
about my book concept. I'm not a crazy person.
Not many people can say that.
Yeah, but I can feel something there. Like, do you know any sons that try to kill their dad? Or did kill their dad?
I watch those interrogation videos on YouTube all the time.
Classic.
And there's a decent amount of those.
I know like 3 people that tried to kill their dad and 1 that did it.
Usually the other way around, where the dad tries to kill the son. It's like usually a family annihilator situation thing,
or like it's an abuse neglect thing.
Yeah.
Man, I watched one. The kid ate so much cat litter. It was so sad. But I want the reverse Uno story of the dad who righteously, not like abuse, assault. I don't want that story. I want the righteous father who we can identify with his plight to slaughter his son. That's what I want. I want the reader to initially be on the son's side perspective, and gradually we come to understand why it would make sense for the father to do so.
And you want to rule out the idea that the son is going to commit future violence.
Yeah, I don't want it all rapey or like James Bond. Yeah. I don't want it like, oh, he stopped a bombing on the mayor's house.
Yeah.
Not my mayor. And the mayor is it's actually just a horse metaphor.
It's just honestly, that would be a good twist ending. I also thought of the twist ending of like he finds it, his dad's trying to stop this attack, this bombing, and he's like, think of the cost, think of like how much is at stake here if this bomb goes off, and like all the potential we could lose. And it's like his favorite coffee shop or something. It's like, it's just something like, or something even less important than that, maybe on a social scale, just like something very small that's just only important to the father.
Yeah.
That's how you make it, a little twist, and then you sell that shit to Netflix and you make $1 million.
That would be like a delusional character, which I feel like there's something to play with there, but
yeah, there's like what was the movie about the guy who kept going to these town hall meetings, and like he was like talking about potholes and stuff, and then everyone like in the town rallied around him because he was like neglected by the city council or whatever. And then it turned out like at the very end, he's like super, super racist. And everyone that was like supporting him's like, no, actually.
But was he right?
About the potholes? I don't remember.
Why should his personal life matter in regards to potholes? That's what I think.
I don't think you're wrong. I think the idea is that the support he garnered.
Can a white boy fix some potholes?
Apparently not, because he needed a bunch of other people to do it. So.
Well, it's just things I've been thinking about. In the Bible, God just said it was a big joke. He said, psych.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he said, psych. Just, I gotcha.
I figured I could come up with something better.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. We'll see. Also, other big things in my life. The Supreme Court's about to make a ruling on... My brain's fried, bro. Also big in my life. The Supreme Court's going to make a ruling on birthright citizenship. So that should be cool.
Oh, yeah. Super fun.
Have you kept up?
No.
Well, we're going to...
The last thing I heard is they kept sending it away.
Yeah.
They kept saying, like, no, that's insane. Like, we're not going to touch that.
They decided to pick it up. So the Supreme Court decided to make a ruling on Trump's executive orders about birth. So we're going to get an official, is the court going to decide to side with Donald Trump idea of what being an American is? Or are they picking up the case to make a firm ruling against? All the other courts have gone against, and it's kind of been in limbo. But we're about to officially find out if being born in the United States makes you a citizen. So that's happening in the next month or so. It's crazy, dude. It's like actually fucked. In our lifetime, presidents became kings with full immunity. And if anyone says it's partial immunity, they're fucking liars or idiots. And being born in America might not make you American. Big stuff. And we're killing all these stupid fishermen.
It's fucking insane to me. It's
crazy, bro.
So infuriating.
It is.
Why can't we just have nice shit?
Can't. Got too many dumb people. Too many brain dead.
And all the nice shit has cameras in it.
Dude, I know. Oh man. That's the other big thing that happened in our lifetime was the police state. Like the actual, everyone stopped caring. Hey, actually, I don't know if I want to hear this from you. What type of cameras do you have as doorbells?
You said you don't want to hear, or you do?
I don't want to hear this from you. What type of doorbell cam do you have? Motherfucker.
We use Ring.
Yeah. Okay. Peter Thiel.
Yeah?
Bro.
He owns it?
He takes data. It's all Amazon. No, I don't know if he does or not, but they run it through all the same shit.
Yeah.
Like all these cameras are like interconnected. Like it's actually conspiracy shit, but in our lifetime, we lost the expectation of any digital rights of privacy. Like the people that are like, oh, your phone is spying on you all the time. Like, oh, the microphones are... That shit's bullshit. But all of your metadata, all of your GPS location. Like, if you want to fucking murder someone now, you need a, like, digital plan of, like, an alibi or where your phone's going to be, what apps is, like, everything is so monitored. Our car's license plate, it's just, like, outrageous. None of our digital communications, you have a full expectation of privacy anymore. And that just changed in our lifetime. And no one really fought back that much outside of like private like groups, like special interest people. I mean, we just really lost all expectation of privacy.
Yeah.
But by things like Ring doorbell cams, right?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you on that. I will say the couple times it's been nice to have that thing are
It's
cool.
so nice, but
But
they're running
yeah,
they're running
Yeah.
facial recognition through AMS servers that are sending police silent updates of license plates or of wanted individuals. They're mapping 3D spatially neighborhoods via multiple I mean, it's like pretty insidious, and I'm like was jokingly making a point. I don't think any individual's like at fault, but when we talk about do we blame the president or a soldier for pulling the trigger, right?
yeah,
I blame every Ring doorbell owner. Okay,
that's where it starts. That's the root.
look what you did to me. I feel like
I know.
Nutcase, man.
Well, that was you can't lose that energy yet because we do have to go through these questions.
Real quick, last thing. I think our podcast may have connected Approaching Human and Chaotic Steel.
Whoa.
There are talks of collaboration, dear Trash Cats. And eventually,
wow,
both of them may finish their fucking last albums, and then the collaboration shall begin. But I thought that's cool. Just figured I'm speaking into existence.
At the rate we're going now, in 10 years, we'll have an Approaching Human album
Mm-hmm.
and a Chaotic album, and then working on a collab.
Yeah.
That we'll have in maybe 15 years. At the rate.
At the
current rate.
Love you guys. All right.
You boys can prove me wrong.
Hell yeah. All right. Questions from the fans. 1 million plays. Thank you, dear Trash Cats. Let's answer some questions.
Literally could not have done it without you.
I think I could have. You don't think I can?
You might have. You probably could have.
You don't think I can press a play button 1 million times? Okay, I hacked.
Just get a bunch of different devices with different emails logged into different Spotify accounts.
Bro, I absolutely did that in high school with MySpace, bro. I had like 10 auto clickers. And I would
do what?
To spam add friends on ghost accounts. And I'd like get them up to like 60K. And do weird shit with them. Bro, I was a menace. I miss MySpace. All right, questions.
Oh, boy.
Who do we got first?
Oh, that's a solid question. Let's see here.
And if people got questions for future episodes, email them in at trashcatstrashcast@gmail.com.
All right, let's start with Stopwatch Warren. They ask.
What kind of fucking loser name is that?
Hey, people have interests. Stopwatches are a thing. I don't know if they're
They must have made this email account before they started listening to the podcast, right?
Yeah, they're probably cooler now.
Way cooler.
Ditch the old pocket watch. Get a digital. It's all digital, baby. Get one with a camera and a that can recognize your face and your habits.
Yeah.
So they ask, should cigarette smoking and vaping be completely banned?
I felt bad for being mean to this guy, and now I don't feel bad. What a dumb question. What if I want to die from lung cancer? Well,
exactly.
Lung cancer.
I'm not sure if you can get that from smoking, but you can get lung cancer. So there's that. Don't get me wrong. I don't think cigarette smoking should be completely banned, but boy, the smell of cigarettes anymore is just...
What is happening? Are you a libertarian or not? Do you believe in freedom? Or
I believe in freedom. No, I do believe in freedom.
Okay, so we're going to suck down these freedom sticks till the day we fucking die, bro.
If you're not smoking, the terrorists are winning.
I think of the Twin Towers every puff. Okay.
Every puff when you exhale, there's silently an eagle just kind of flies by. You can see it.
I had a thought. Vape shit's all fucked up right now, and if they did fully, if I could no longer access my shit, I would be trying to make my own shit. But if I couldn't access anything, and I eventually quit, I know I would eventually get some of the health benefits. And when you do that on scale, like things like a sugar tax or vice taxes or just banning things in general, it tends to have better results than full legalization or whatever. But that's bullshit. It might be true, but I would rather live in a free world than an augmented or there's got to be a better way to phrase it. I'd rather live in a world where I chose to do or not do a thing than to live a healthier life not by choice. And I think
fair.
I think at scale, it's actually a worse world for more people. But those people are dumb and weak and deserve lung cancer. And
you could. I don't disagree with the idea, of course, that I would rather be able to do a thing and be able to choose not to if I wanted to also. And I do also agree that world looks a lot darker because I think there's a self-control element of people that is not easily controlled.
You want the real symmetry breaker?
Yeah.
All right, what if you were doing a thing you didn't want to do? Would you want the freedom to do that thing to be taken from you? Heroin's a good example. You're all strung out. Now, it's one thing to temporarily take away your own decision, but would you want the world to say you can no longer have this thing that you're doing against your will? A lot of people do.
Yeah, that's fair. That is a tough question, because I can see where that being like, hey, now I can't do, like, maybe that's the thing that makes it easier to quit doing that thing, but
like, I've never stayed sober on probation. Like, I know if I have court or probation, yeah, I'm going to get clean, but not by choice. And the day I'm off, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm not getting sober on probation. It needs to be by choice.
I think with questions like this, I definitely defer some to your experience with, substance abuse and whatnot.
I'm a fucking idiot. This is about free will, brother.
I feel like there is a line where, I don't know, in a world that would enable, or sorry, in a world where everything was legal, the purchasing, the products wise, I should maybe specify, then the idea of having the tools and the social things in place to help people who want to get off of them should be much better. I mean, they should be much better now anyways, but especially in that situation.
I would broadly agree, but I don't...
I say if you're going to have one, you also should have the other.
I I would broadly agree. But here's the example I always go to people that are like, guns are bad. Like those people, like why would you ever want a gun? Like that type of, like never,
Yeah.
they've never had a reason to think about owning a gun. And they just think it's like poor monster people shit. My go-to, and I've to be honest, I feel like this has never been effective at all, but my go-to example is I'm a tiny little midget man living in a forest, and all around me are giants, okay? If I choose to spend my afternoons between hiding from giants, and I dig a little mine, and I ore up my own metal, and I bend it with my own hands, and I forge it into a fucking pistol, should that be illegal? And I feel like it's like so obvious, or like such simple framing. Like, I don't know why. I get like people want to stop the bad effects of a thing, but why would you ever want, like, if we separate it from the effects, why would anyone want to have it be illegal to move metal a certain way? I just don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's like, can I not dig in my backyard and like make things with metal? And they're like, no, we're going to send men who, under threat of violence, will keep you from owning that rock sculpture. And I just don't get that thinking.
Yeah, I think it opens some of the what's the ship of Theseus kind of argument of like,
when's the
it's not exactly the same, but like it's not the same thing as it started as, but like, is it still just a rock sculpture anymore if it can trigger an explosive? You know, if it can trigger.
Am I not allowed to trigger explosives?
Oh, I'm not asking that question yet. What I'm saying is it's not just anymore. It's now has function.
Yeah.
If something has a function, then the question is, how do you use it? And to be fair, like, we can go to a different extreme, like
baseball bats.
Should, or even further, I was going to say, like, should people be able to, should a bazooka be readily available at a Walmart?
Yeah, this is where you get to the harder Second Amendment.
Should people be able to have nukes? Like, if I wanted to buy a nuke.
This is classic 2A questions, okay? This is there's a lot of arguments about constitutional stuff that are like, and whatever militia, right? Where it's like the militia is meant to protect from the state or to protect from other state, like that shit. I think you could do things within reason. I also feel like I would be more for a lot of those things to be legal than should, but to be absolutist and be like nukes, chemical, biological warfare, it's all good, would be foolish. And I do think it is kind of hard to draw the line. Like, I feel like an RPG is like right on the gray area.
It's a pretty big margin, I feel.
I want to live in a world where we debate over RPG ownership.
I think what
if somebody tries to rob my house at night?
I just blow up half the house.
And I don't have my RPG.
I think the idea of, let me phrase this right. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought here. So, okay, so if the idea is,
can you own a baseball bat?
Yes.
Can you own a big stick?
Yes.
Can I beat people to death with a stick?
No.
Why? Like, no, like factually. Logically.
Because
not legally.
Because the killing is the bad part. Factually, yes, you can.
Yeah. But I can't own a piece of metal.
Yeah. Well, the stick requires a little bit more effort.
What if it's pointy? And I can just stab them through the eye way easier than it would take to shoot someone.
I don't know, man. I feel like you're giving too much credit for how easy it is to... I mean...
Next question.
Heard. Yep.
All guns are good is the answer.
In an ideal world, I could trust other people to handle guns better.
And we don't live in the ideal world where it's like... That's why part of the reason I don't like full legalization and taxation of drugs by the government. It's like we just need deregulation. Next question. I think this is by a Swiftie. What is the first part of their email is Lilypad Rockets. Okay, that's a cute name. The question is there a need? This is definitely a Swiftie. Is there a need for more regulation of the beauty and cosmetic industry?
Sorry, repeat it one more time for me.
Is there a need for more regulation of the beauty and cosmetic industry? What comes to mind for me is like permanent makeup people.
There's that. I guess I took the question to be more like when they have like models and stuff. Like,
yeah, I can see it. But do we like regulation or do we like freedom?
I think there's a difference between advocating for regulation versus advocating for, what's the word? There's a specific word I'm looking for. Advocating for, like when you see someone who looks like yourself kind of thing, like when you see more normal people that aren't like, look like they have, like they're naturally super beautiful and they maybe have work done and stuff. And like, what's the fucking word? It's not appropriation. It's, representation. Fuck. There it is. Advocating for, reform and control is not the same as advocating for representation.
You completely lost me.
And I think that representation in media, I feel like it is important.
What does this have to do with the regulation of the beauty and cosmetic industry?
I thought they were saying regulation of the beauty in cosmetic industry.
No.
You're saying beauty and cosmetic industry.
Yes.
That's a different question.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I follow. You can cut all that out.
No, that's okay.
Like, do they mean like testing and stuff, or like
I think of my example was like permanent makeup people. Like you go to a salon and you can use a tanning bed that gives you way too much radiation, and some lady that's never really been trained can give you use a little tattoo machine basically to inject makeup into your face and pump your face full of Botox of a dangerous bacteria that kills a certain amount of people each year from bad injections, or BBLs that are filled with cement and shit. Like should there be more control over what people do with their body in relation to beauty? And I've jokingly, I'm over and over going to refer to maximal freedom, while, you listen to like a Rogan or these fucking Republican dipshits, they have no idea of they just think all regulation is bad. No zoning, no construction.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's fucking stupid. With medical shit, you need a balance between letting people have autonomy over their own body and beauty choices while also making sure it's safe and accessible.
Yeah, that is part of the, sometimes it's definitely the thing with like when you make it harder for someone to do something, what you're doing is just making it more dangerous when they do seek it out and do it. So by pushing better practices for things, it shouldn't be done in a way that makes it more expensive or more difficult. I think that's still.
I got an example.
Yeah.
Lip fillers. There was just someone on a stream.
Oh God, yeah.
There was someone on a stream like last week that was live giving their much younger than them girlfriend lip filler injections on stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it feels odd.
Yeah.
To mildly disturbing to watch like a guy edit his more malleable girlfriend's physical appearance live on the internet. That's
for content is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, at all is
even
questionable
private,
at best.
Right.
Yeah, but like for content is crazy.
Yeah, like with donations going, but
yeah.
But here's the question: should people be allowed to do that? Like, where do you draw the line? For like, these are dangerous bacteria. I don't know how lip fillers work, but I know like some of the other
they can go south really fast.
I mean, you can actually die, right? It's botulism so it's like I lean towards if I want to do that to myself, I want the freedom to fucking do it. I don't want anyone to tell me I can't do this thing. And I think if I choose to buy some fucking lip fillers online and fuck with my face, so be it. But if I have a friend come over and they want it done and I do it to them and it goes horribly wrong and they die, I feel like I'm on the hook. Like, I feel like the line should be drawn in what is your onus of like responsibility. Like, I think we should have the freedom to do what we want to ourselves, but that like gradient of responsibility or like ownership like comes and goes with others.
Yeah.
But then it gets tricky because like what if the lady what if I'm really good at doing permanent eyeliner on people and I have a friend who really wants it done and they're willing to take the risk. We actually see this with eyeball tattoos quite often because it's like I want my eyes done, right? And I actually have wanted it and have looked into it, but I'm not willing to risk my vision at the hands of a stranger. Like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm an artist. I'm not losing or risking losing my vision for an aesthetic choice. But tons of other people do. And they reach out to these people and they say, hey, if you don't do it, I'm going to try it myself. And then the person's like, hey, don't do that. I'll, fuck the law, whatever regulation. I'm willing to try it to avoid you for sure fucking it up or whatever. Like, where's the line? That's a hard thing to call. I think the line is like, it's others, and maybe there's a lot of consideration of like how you apply the regulations, in different circumstance. But I don't feel like anyone should be allowed to tell you what you can and cannot do to yourself.
Yeah. Fair.
If I want to pretend to be a salamander and lop off limbs all day, I'm allowed.
It just takes a lot longer for people.
Yeah, it just might be a short day. That's all.
Yeah, it'd be a short day. If you do it under the right, if you like surgically remove them limbs, you could make it out, and then, like I said, it just takes a long time for human limbs to grow back. It just takes longer than our life cycle.
Yeah,
we can do it.
Just have to concentrate really hard.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question. We're going to Sponge for Gatorade.
Nice.
Asks, should juveniles be tried and sentenced as adults for serious crimes?
You know when you read a story when it's like 15-year-old boy from hood slaughters girlfriend and parents, or like a story like that, and it's like, oh shit, this guy would in 3 years would get like a life sentence because he's 15. He's only gonna get 6 months, and then they're like,
right.
The prosecutor's like, no. Despite his age not being the right age, we're going to change the rules and try him like an adult. And now he does get a life sentence. And you see all the Republicans go, yeah, justice.
Yeah, they all clap. Yep, a flag raises in the background.
Yeah, this child will be treated as an adult. And they all shake hands vigorously. I don't really like that shit. I feel like it feels gross and weird and off.
It does, and I mean, especially now that they've changed the age of, I don't know if it's actually the age of consent, rather, but the age of like, trying people for like 15 is now like they're trying people as an adult, right? Like, isn't that a thing? That
I don't think that's new. I think that's a state. I could be wrong. I believe that's state to state how they handle the age of adult for crimes shit.
Because I know there was that kid that like I don't know the severity of what he did, but he like sexually assaulted a bunch of people, and then they were like, they were going to try him, and then they started talking about trying him as an adult, but then they lowered it.
They do that all the time.
Maybe I'm thinking about that wrong. Is they were talking about trying him as an adult, but then they changed it so that he wouldn't be tried as an adult. I don't remember the circumstances.
It happens both ways, though. Like, there are times they use it to disqualify someone from adult charges, and there's times they use it to give people I truly believe it happens both ways with a lot of discretion from the courts. And it's very easy to say, like, oh, it's always fucked up when they try a child. Like, there is a lot of fucked up shit that happens with it, but often, the courts are actually really good at finding a middle ground, where it's like, all right, this kid was 15 and did murder 3 people. We are going to charge them as an adult. They are going to get something substantial because they were, they're not like 8-year-olds. They're past the age of reason. They have agency and made some decisions. They're at least partially responsible, even if their lives are fucked or whatever it is. But they often don't get the full, like, adult death sentence type shit.
Yeah.
But it definitely does happen.
Yeah. I think I realized I pulled the wrong example. This is a person's over 18 and they're not trying him as an adult.
Because he's not mentally fit.
I didn't see that part.
Well, there's no reason he
saw that he knows he's like his family member is somebody in the court or something goofy, and they're letting him get away with it.
I don't think you read this story.
Maybe not.
Just fucking. I mean, there's times they do all kinds of weird shit. You know what I always say?
What?
Let the kids be kids. I kind of
if you're under the age of 18, you can do any crime,
bro. It purge
unpunished.
Every day. Dude, fuck it, man. I honestly feel like there should be way more grace towards kids in general, like on how we deal with it. But
I think there's some truth to that too, because I mean, part of being young is like doing, I don't know, I feel like that's a key part of being like growing up is like making mistakes and doing things. There's definitely a thin line between what a mistake is and like actively, ending or ruining someone's life. But like, I don't know, like you're so much more malleable with peer pressure and shit. I feel like there's so much that's put on young people in the idea of like all of this kind of matters right now, or like, cause you're starting to gain your independence, and that's a place where you're gaining your independence and things you can do. And you start kind of gaining, because of that, you're left to your devices to independently think. And through that, I feel like it's much harder to judge someone in that position who is like their brain hasn't fully developed yet. They haven't had the life experience to understand and see things through the point of view of someone who's
devil's advocate,
been through that and lived through that. Yeah, go for it.
Hood kid. We know kids. We were these kids that are like, yo, fuck this. I'm gonna fucking kick down doors every weekend, and I don't give a fuck who I hurt. And they've seen plenty of other violence. They're not blind to the cost of what it does to people. They don't give a shit.
And, some of those cases, this is not a thing I'm researched on, but I feel like in a lot of those cases, I don't know that jail is the best option.
I pretty much agree. I feel like there's way more to be lost on average by sending a kid to prison for even like, to be honest, like most adults, I feel like we lose way more sending people to prison than we gain from them being gone. Like I feel like it's actually a pretty small percentage of people are like repeat violent offenders who aren't, that are going to continually reoffend. Like the best, my understanding is like the best way to curb like the highly violent people, the people that do keep doing violent shit, is basically you keep them in prison till their hormone profile changes and they get older. And like most of them are, guys from 20 to 50. And then after that, they chill the fuck out, even if they're like highly violent. But it's like we lose a lot from people being gone from society that long, not to mention the cost on them.
I was going to say the cost on someone of like, they spent very valuable formative years in jail and then now have to reassociate into society when the last time they were in society, they were a fully different person.
Like I feel like in our together, if I mesh our minds, I feel like both of us would want a world with no prisons. Right. And this is like a big lefty thing, right? Like very, very progressive to get rid of prisons, right? Yeah. I'm sure we would both like that world. But I'm not saying not to move in that direction a bunch either. But the idea of like there are never going to be violent people that no one can control. Like I know dudes that if they never went to prison, they're going to fucking kill someone's family and dog like once a year, even if it's accidentally. They're like just that fucked up, right? Like like there are people I loved that like could not control themselves, right? That genuinely are not fit for society, even if it's a small percentage of the time, even if it's 1% of their life, they are not fit to be around people. Like they're mentally off. That's enough to hurt a lot of people over time. Like, the people that are like, oh, we can't ever imprison someone against their will. Like that shit's dumb as fuck. But as a like general thing, like there's a lot of better systems in our shitty U.S. prison system.
Exactly. Like I can't stress enough how like I am not the person to ask on how to make better systems, but like there has to be. There has to be.
Norway, Finnish, whatever. Their models do a lot better. You give people a lot of freedom, but a lot of responsibility. Where like, they're allowed privacy. They're allowed the freedom to associate and create whatever they can be in society, but they have very high standards of reporting or monitoring. Like, and that shit's like a whole project. Like, you have to invest a lot of time into those people. But I don't know. How we do it here is like so obviously. The goal is not to help people, it's to punish people. And
the goal is to punish people and put them into private prisons where they can create things for profit. And
it is that way, but I also feel like people not that you're doing it, but I do feel like people exaggerate how much of it is like a profit thing. And I really think so, because there is some of that for sure. And increasingly more of it, but I feel like it's truly like a problematic thing in the sense like the state does not know how to fix the problem they're in. And they're like grasping at straws of like sketchy companies that are just willing to offer a solution because what the people, the stupid fucking voters have chosen is this route of vengeance and state executions and isolation holds and shit opposed to, other options. So the states
they're just throwing the spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks.
And unfortunately, private prison companies are like able to fix, a lot of the problems, short term.
Mm-hmm. Fun shit.
We got a couple.
Give me another question.
Yeah, what do we got? Who's next? Dolby Video Drone. Good name. Good movie. And Dolby is good. I like it. They sent a couple. I want to get the good one. Ooh, we can expand on this. Should individuals be held responsible for their actions if they were under the influence of drugs and alcohol? I feel like this is a philosophy question.
Yeah.
Like, let me to spice it up. Let's say I go over to your house and I dose you. I give you a bunch of fun little uppers, downers, sliders, and spinners and all kinds of fun little doodads, and then I like knock you out with some gas, and you find out 2 days later that you had been doing stuff the whole time. You weren't conscious of any of it. Would you be responsible? Let's start there, and I feel like we can build upon.
So, of course, what this reminds me of, or what this makes me think of immediately is Serbian film.
I haven't seen that in so long. I don't remember anything about it except the gore hype.
Yeah, the premise is the guy is drugged and does a lot of violent and sexual things. They're shooting a porno. It's a crazy movie. I don't recommend watching it.
Isn't it all political too? Like it's about the genocide? Or am I tripping?
I don't. If it is, I didn't know enough about that when I watched it to get that.
I know I did not at the time either. Yeah.
So maybe, but the idea is like he's for days and days they're drugging him to do these horrible things.
Red room chicks, basically.
Yeah, and he's got to then like through a series of videotapes find his way, like trace his steps and figure out what happened.
Fuck, dude, this sounds like a rad movie. I haven't watched it in so long. I don't remember.
It is crazy. I watched it I would say not too long ago, but it was probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Didn't it kind
And
of suck though? I feel like my memory wasn't that well done.
It probably could have been. Like there's aspects of it that probably could have been done better, but the concepts of the movie are crazy.
If it slaps, bro.
And it's unfortunately it kind of slaps,
Okay.
but it's very dark.
Okay.
So he's drugged this whole time. He does all these things. He wakes up, doesn't remember any of it. These are not things that he would normally have done.
Yeah, so the question is, if I
drugged and coerced into doing a thing.
The question is, if I drug and coerce you to Serbian film your way out of a weekend, are you responsible? That's the basis of like, are we always responsible for our actions or not? Even if we're not conscious or did not make the decision that led there, are we always responsible for what we do in life?
God damn, that's really difficult. Because there is a part of me that really wants to say yes. But I have so many points that are...
But as soon as you say no, you open the floodgates for...
Of course.
A reduced level of ownership, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can't say hard no. Saying
Maybe.
hard yes is I think also wrong. But I think if I had to pick one, I think I lean towards yes.
Stated as a premise.
As I sit here and think about the premise, I don't think that I definitely don't agree that it's yes all the time. But
I fucking don't know formal debate well. I feel like colloquially to state as a premise would be like we are in fact not always responsible. We are in fact always responsible for our actions. Like what?
Gotcha. So I don't believe we are in fact always responsible for our actions when influenced by I'm trying to think of a better phrasing than this, but external sources.
Sure. I would keep it simple to that we are just not always responsible for our actions. If I take your arm and I grab your hand, like the first example that comes to mind is like grade school kids, where like a guy takes his friend's hand and like hits another girl's butt, or like an adult version. Like if I take your arm and electromuscle stim you to like pull a trigger of a gun, like are you always responsible for your
You know, there's a trolley problem in which that is your action. That's not my action. That's like, especially if you're physically controlling me, like you're doing the thing. I'm not doing that thing.
Or just at premise one though. Are we always responsible for our actions or not? We could build.
Mm-hmm. I can't feel like I can fully say no.
I am saying no. I'm asking, do you agree?
I think I think I agree, but it comes with so many caveats.
Of course, but we're at...
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we can build upon it. Yes, I agree.
So we're not always responsible for our actions. We both agree to that.
Yes.
All right. What would the next premise be? Are we responsible? Let's say we know we lose consciousness when our brain hits 100%. Okay? Just hear me. Well, we know when we take this chemical in this amount, when it hits 100%, we are no longer in control, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I eat a magic little mushroom pill and I get to 50%, and then another person doses me against my will, and I hit the 100%, and I am no longer in control, and I do a bad thing, am I responsible? Without the other person's involvement, I knew my limits. I was just going to coast out.
Yeah. I feel like, boy, that's tough. I think no.
You're not responsible.
I think the argument that would be made is partial responsibility, but it's always these situations we put ourselves in now on this show where it's like, where is the line drawn? And because I feel like it's so hard to build a solid, unbreakable line.
I know the line. I know the line.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
I solved it. Okay. I feel like legally we are almost never going to like fully have I don't know. There's a lot of gray room legally for like how altered was the person.
Sure, yeah.
Like it can go all kinds of ways depending on like all the facts of the case, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's almost a logical answer of like, and I don't know if this holds up to scrutiny, but if I was only 50% responsible for the unconscious action, is that 50% guilt? But here's my answer to it, though. More and more, when we've gone to the thing of like finding yourself in time, right? Because we are men above time, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I truly believe in moral intuition. I feel like the answer of like, how guilty would I be for 50% throwing away my consciousness that allowed a thing to happen? I feel like the answer is, do I feel guilty? If in the morning, when I find out I mowed down 3 children, do I feel guilty, or do I feel like, no, I was in control, someone fucked me up? I feel like how I truly feel in that moment is the answer.
That's a very good point.
And it is awfully subjective. Like, you can get someone with a bad mind or bad whatever that is less susceptible to their own guilt or moral intuition or whatever. But I often feel like that shit breaks through. Like if I truly know, in quotes, my mind, that if they didn't do this to me, I never would have allowed that to happen. I feel like that's my fucking answer, regardless of what the court or what other people's morality is. Like I feel like people get like mind fucked to not trust their own moral intuition. They're like, because the law said this, or because the people I was with that night said it looked like that, or looked like this, that, oh, I did do something, or that I wasn't in control. Like, I feel like it's very easy to be swayed, but that how you feel about what happened matters. Because it shows intent, and like if other people knew your intent, it would change how they're judging it, but no one knows your intent except yourself. Like if I killed 10 people overnight on accident, I don't know how fucked I would feel about that. Because I would, like, if it was truly an accident, I knew I didn't mean for that to happen. Like, how bad or, like, how appropriately can I respond to something I didn't intend to do?
Yeah.
Now, if I took 99% of the magic mushroom pill and someone else gave me 100, I feel like it can get more confusing.
Yeah.
So what is premise 2?
Premise 2.
What was premise 1? We're not always in charge for.
Yeah,
we're not always,
not always
responsible.
Responsible. Yeah. Help me out here.
Premise 2 would be, we are not always responsible for things done against our own will. It would be something to that, or
something to that effect of like,
or just because one does a thing does not mean one is responsible for a thing.
It's like, just because, because I think it's important of like, just because I didn't mean for this to happen, or just because I didn't intend for this to happen, that does not cover up the action. I was going to say I wasn't aware, but that's even shakier ground. It's still shaky ground to step on of like, oh, well, I didn't know that, I was, blackout drunk driving, but like that, I didn't know that I was driving. And then I didn't know that I killed those people, or like, I feel like there's,
I don't know.
Like, yeah, when there is a third party involved that acted upon you,
Yeah.
then yes, I can concede to that.
Concede to what?
I can concede still to that they're not responsible for their actions. So if a third party acts,
make it broader
in a way,
like,
sorry,
I feel like philosophy is broader. Like, the first premise is one: we are not always responsible for all of our actions, and like premise 2 would be, what would it be? Shared responsibility of an action. It's not responsibility, but shared cause of an action does not determine responsibility of an action. That's almost like, I think of like executioners, where they have like 10 people shoot somebody, but only one has a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Or are they all responsible with shared response? I don't know what the fuck premise 2 would be, but we can do things.
This is like murky water that I feel uncomfortable making these statements in this fashion, where there is so much, there's so many unreliable and changing variables that you could say, like you said, where someone took 50% of the magic mushroom pill versus they took 80% or 99%. Mm-hmm. And then, someone sneezed on them and a little bit of their pill fell out, and then they went over, the amount. Like, there's, because there's, I think it's hard, because in this case, I feel like that person is also then a victim of this crime, but it does not then mean that they did not do those things. Whether or not they are held responsible, whether they or not they should be held responsible for those things.
Those are different questions.
Yeah.
If you are responsible versus if you should be held responsible aren't always
true.
The same. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I don't know. I that is a murky one.
It's fun. There's no consequences, though, to answering wrong on a podcast.
Of course not. Yeah, no. You can. It's not like it's immortalized on the internet forever.
Yeah, who the fuck cares, bro? It's not like I killed somebody. Your question.
All right. Let's see here.
Bro, I feel bad for all these fans who aren't going to get their questions answered. There's like hundreds of these.
There's so many of them. Okay, we got Omelet Imply asks.
Whoa.
You can cut out the a bit of me searching here.
Yeah, okay. Just curious, how much longer do you want to go? Because I could piss real quick if we wanted to go a little bit, or do you?
Oh yeah, how long are we still going? Oh yeah, we're over in an hour and a half. Let's get one more in. I'll find a good one. You go to the bathroom.
You do one, and then I'll do one. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Be right back. Nothing like a nice piping hot piss to clear the mind, right?
Just freshens everything up. You step back into the light. Look at yourself.
I genuinely figured some things out. All right. In regards to the question, here's my logic. I've made a lot of dumb mistakes in various states of consciousness. Okay.
Sure.
I feel like if I truly examine these things, if I make a searching moral inventory, okay, there are some things I can feel responsible for, and other things I truly will deny responsibility of. I think it truly depends, and excuse me, that is separate from law, right? But
yes, yeah,
and it should be. But I feel like there is a moral intuition for what we wanted, what we intended, and what level of control we had to make or allow a thing to happen. I feel like that matters a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
I got, let's see, Omelet Imply asks, is a hot dog a sandwich? Okay, here's how we know Omelet Imply is a fake fan. No, listen, hold on. We know Omelet Imply is a fake fan because we've already done this before.
1,000 times over.
Yeah, we can't do that one. Scrap that. Omelet Imply fake fan.
Thank you.
Let's see. Let's go to Felicious Evoker. And they sent in. This is a good lighthearted one. Should break the darkness of the last kind of pit we fell into there. Should you brush your teeth before or after breakfast?
False question. It's after your first Monster and Suboxone pill.
That's breakfast.
Yes. After breakfast. Who the fuck brushes it before? Unless you're skipping breakfast and on.
I was going to say, I guess I have coffee for breakfast. I was going to say I have coffee. I don't have breakfast typically.
Yeah, I never eat food until after lunch. Just Monster.
But if you were going
to,
if you,
count.
Yeah, I think, okay. If you're, the idea of breakfast is you're breaking the fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you fast, you're fasting while you're sleeping because you can't eat and sleep at the same time. At least not in a safe way. We haven't figured that one out yet. So if you are, let's say you got a nice, they had, Steven, what's your favorite breakfast cereal?
I'm a granola man these days, but I do like Lucky Charms.
Classic.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
I just like beheading Irish folk.
It's just lightly racist and fun for the kids.
Yes.
Let's say
I think about all the IRA car bombings as I take a bite of each rainbow gold goodness.
Let's say you're getting down, you're like about to go to bed, and you see that your girlfriend has brought home a box of Lucky Charms, and you think, ah, man, you can't. You spend all night you're thinking about those Lucky Charms. You're after them. You're in your sleep. You're chasing them. You're chasing the Irishman.
And she mushes them up with her feet and plugs it into my feeding tube, as she does every night.
As she should.
Yeah.
Yes, you have it's like a reverse sleep apnea machine. You just kind of like it just kind of funnels down into your stomach. So let's say you wake up that morning and you're thinking about it and you're like, okay, what do I gotta have those Lucky Charms. I gotta get them in my mouth.
Yeah, I need Irishmen in my mouth.
You're eating that first, right? You're not gonna brush your teeth before you eat something and make it taste like toothpaste, and then
never once.
I'm trying to think of I thought you would have a really rough take on this one. I feel like this is an important question that. Okay, let me break it further. Let me give you this one because this you're right. This question sucked, but I have a better one. Okay. Do you wet the toothbrush before or after you put on the toothpaste?
Always after.
And why? You're not afraid of the toothpaste falling off? You've never had that happen to you?
Actually, my new prescription toothpaste, because my mouth is fucked, is very wishy-washy. The water often carries away more paste than I would like it to. So I have to be very
Maybe that's why your mouth's all fucked up.
No, it's way better. This toothpaste is sick, bro. I feel like it's already prevented like 10 cavities. Okay, we're at 10 times the amount of fluoride an average man could handle.
You upped your fluoride. Upped your fluoride dosage.
Prescription fluoride toothpaste, bro. I'm not even joking. The dentist was like, "You fucking need this shit," and best decision I've made in the last 3 years.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess if it floats your boat. See, I think typically if I've already had my coffee that morning, if I'm awake enough to be thinking about it, I'm wetting the toothbrush before every time.
So were you just raised as a child wrong, or?
That stands to be seen.
What is the logic?
The logic is that when you put the toothpaste on your toothbrush, unless you really mash it in there, you go to put it underneath the water, and then here's what it is. I think I just realized something. Maybe I was raised with privilege. I had water pressure, and that water pressure would knock that toothpaste right off the toothbrush,
bro.
And it get all up in the sink, and then I'm trying to do the thing where, like, do I scoop the toothpaste back onto it? How clean is the sink? I'm 12. I don't know.
This question sucks. I'm right. You're wrong. Honestly, I could see it going either way. I've never thought it before. But, funny story. We had a plumber over recently, okay? I have a cousin. Journeyman plumber. Very smart, bright, strapping young lad. Came to my house. Couldn't figure out what the fuck was wrong with this place, okay? Because it's fucked over here. But we also weren't getting into the bowels of the house. It was a cursory glance, right? 6 months go by. Shower is still dripping. Okay, we thought we had a temporary fix. Came back. We call up a plumber because I don't want to abuse my plumber cousin. We're like, fuck it, we'll pay for somebody. My cousin's busy as shit too. Get somebody over here. It's bad when a plumber says, "Hold my clipboard, I need to take a picture of this," when looking at the pressure gauge, okay? Then he goes on to tell us he's in a group chat of other plumbers, and no one has ever seen water pressure as high as we had in the house. He literally said, No one has ever seen water pressure this high before. I don't know how your pipes haven't exploded.
Oh, shit.
Which is the funniest thing I've ever heard from a plumber.
That's fucking so cool.
And he said, this will be very expensive, but if you're smart, you'll pay me to fix it right away. And I said, nah, bro, don't trip. I got this. And then I had him leave, and we never fixed it.
Oh, fuck. If you're smart, you'll pay me to fix it right now. You're like, cool, get the fuck out of my house.
Did you say expensive? No shot, dude. So I figured out all these sweet tricks to keep the pressure low. It's working pretty good.
You just turn it. I mean, so the pressure is, when you say keep the pressure low, do you just mean coming out of the faucet? Because it doesn't change the pressure inside the pipes.
I don't know. The internal pressure in the plumbing system is way too high. Honestly, I'm joking. We didn't fix it for a long time, but we got some sort of a fix now. But for a while, though,
how does that happen in the first place?
I think the city fucked up. They did construction at the street level, and apparently when things aren't like, I don't know, depressurized right, or like if something could have been wrong on their end going into the house without the house knowing I don't truly know, but I feel like it's the city's fault, and I'm sticking to it.
You know, you should call them on that, and you should say, hey, you need to pay for this plumber to fix this thing, because I'm smart.
Not my monkeys, not my circus.
I mean, it is your house, though.
Nah.
Nah. You're just gonna wake up one day, your basement, and
bro,
you're gonna have all the faucets in the house are gonna be leaking. You're gonna have flooding on every floor.
There's a reason why anywhere I've ever lived, I've had to back up my shit off-site. Okay, I've never. Bro, you got a fucking safety deposit boxes with hard drives in it, just like. I've never once in my adult life had mail go to where I live. Hey, Mom. You got all of my papers? Because I don't. And I don't trust anything being said here, so I'll be over for dinner once a week.
Just to collect my mail.
And the latest part, it's like, it used to be like, in my younger days, it was like, all right, I'm never having a legit address, so if I get busted on some shit, cops can't immediately find me. That was like legit the strat, okay?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then it turned into adult mode. After getting busted for some shit, I know if the cops go to my parents' house, my parents will just immediately tell them wherever I'm at.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's just send them right my way. No worries. Oh, I was at their house one time. I got busted. And they let the cops into my bedroom while I was asleep.
Oh, God.
Like, what the fuck is this, yo?
Like, give me a heads up first. Wake me up or something.
It's like I had a crime. Like, that they could have got me. And I'm like, yeah, so fucked. Oh, fun stuff. Any final questions?
I think
I got one.
I don't know. You got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel bad. People should email more questions for another day. trashcast@gmail.com. Last question. This is one of my favorites. From... we weren't very organized tonight. From Credits Swamp. Crediting the swamp. Should authors and creators be held accountable for problematic content in their works?
No.
Hell yeah. Fuck no.
It's easy asked and answered.
Artists are immune to that nonsense. Now, I can devil's advocate it. Like, what if their work is just like Nazi manifestos?
I mean, it's bad, but
are they immune?
You know, there's a certain
bite the bullet.
No. Listen, hear me out.
Just bite it.
There's a certain point where you can say that anything is art. And
are you saying that?
No. Here's what I'm saying. I think what I'm saying is that anyone can make the claim that something is art.
Now, when you say anyone can make the claim that anything can be art, are you saying that is logically possible? That anything could be make art, or that someone just could say that?
Someone just could do that.
So it is logically possible.
It is possible that someone could do a thing, yes.
Okay.
So it is possible that someone could argue that anything is art. That being said, that does not give it, that it being art does not inherently give it value.
The question would be, because someone says a thing is art, this question also does specify authors and creators, but just because someone says a thing is art, is it, in fact, art and considered art under the protections that art, the category, holds?
I think that
I'm a Nazi manifesto writer. I write all day about Nazi shit, and this is my art. This is my work as a writer. Is it protected?
And I think it's protected.
Ooh.
And
I agree.
I think that there's nothing wrong. I think that there's nothing wrong with saying, okay, but this art sucks.
Yeah.
And you're a bad artist.
Sure.
I think there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if we're going to go after, like, there's nothing wrong with saying that, like, Picasso's work is art, but should he be held accountable? Yes.
Okay. The next question.
He should be held accountable for making bad art.
Agreed. Building upon the premise 2. Premise 2. Do some people deserve to die for their art? Should they be held? Should a Nazi manifesto writer? Is there a world in which one's art deserves death?
Deserves to? No.
No?
I don't think they deserve to.
What if their art is so influential that 100 million Nazis take over America and they call themselves MAGA and ruin our country? And it's all because one writer named Trump MAGA Dick Sucker 69.
I mean, that's not that crazy far from like cat turd or whatever the fuck the
frog Twitter.
Frog Twitter. Crazy.
Bronze Age person. Nick Fuentes.
Again, this goes back to is it the elected official who's responsible, or is it the people who voted for him?
No, we're asking about responsibility of a creator, of an artist. Is the person who writes something that inspires people to do thing? What if I write you a message? I write you a beautiful poem. The most beautiful poem. So powerfully poetic that you cannot deny its influence. Kind of like that movie Perfume, but instead of beautiful perfume, it's beautiful words. And it's so powerful that it influences you to kill a innocent child.
As opposed to a non-innocent child.
Hey, it's 50-50 out there. It depends on if we try them as adults or not. Okay?
Exactly.
All right, up the ante. You killed 10 million children. It's that powerful of a poem. No, you don't kill 10 million children.
Figure out your fucking hypothetical.
1 million people that read my poem kill one person each.
Okay.
So my poem directly or indirectly led to the death of 1 million people via murder because my poem was so beautiful, should the artist or creator of that poem be held responsible or accountable?
No.
Based. You bit the bullet, bro. That was a lot of dead children's corpses to bite, too.
It was. It was a lot of meat on them bones.
You just bit through 10 million child corpse sandwiches.
You know, you could maybe also then go back to making the argument that, they weren't acting as themselves. They were influenced from an outside perspective. They were just following orders.
Well, that's what the writing was. Now, do you want the real test?
Yeah, sure.
You want to level to it?
Sure.
What if my powerfully poetic poem was only given to 1 million mentally challenged people that had limited, hear me out, that had limited degrees of consciousness or self-control due to physical realities of their mind?
Was the distribution a choice of the artists themselves?
I mean, every artist wants their work to be seen. And to flesh it out a bit, on an individual scale, these challenged individuals would not be able to either, in my opinion, morally, but at the very least legally, be held accountable for the crimes that they committed via the poem.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is it's either hold the artist accountable, or nobody gets held responsible for these actions.
Yes. Sorry, to clarify, you said all the individual killers influenced by the poem could not be legally held accountable. So if anyone was to be held accountable at all, it would have to be the author or no one. Or just 1 million people died for nothing. Now, I would consider this as like predacious arts, something that preys upon the vulnerable.
There's a thing where it's like they're not. It's possible that you could say that they're not responsible for it happening, for like the killings happening. They are responsible for creating. For doing something that is, creating circumstances in which that could happen. So
you want to level 3 it?
Sure, fuck it, why not? We're already here.
Do you want to know what the poem says?
Yeah, what does the poem say?
It says, fuck them, just kill them all. Very brief, not that beautiful or artistic. There's a certain brutalist
there's an aesthetic to it, yeah.
But it's not very elegant. It's not very thought out. It was spontaneous and just happened to spread to that many people. But the art itself is of little intention.
Yeah.
Does that change anything? This is part A of the question. All right, part B. What if I told you the poem was never transcribed? It was never written down. Instead, I individually went ear to ear to 1 million challenged people and whispered in their ear, fuck it, kill them all, and watched to see what happened. Am I now suddenly responsible?
Here's where it gets. If you were to say that you were able to whisper in the ears of all of the people individually,
this is my art.
Is that the context that you're saying, or is it you whispered in the ear of one person, watched to see what they did, after the results, you move on to the next person. Because those are two different. No, those are two different things.
No, it's of little consequence. I don't care what happens. It wasn't my intention for that to happen. I was just making art.
But after the first time it happens, I can say, you could maybe say, okay, I didn't intend for that to happen. The second, third, fourth, fifth time it happens, you could probably even still say, like, this is just a wild coincidence. Like, I don't know what's happening here.
You know what we call this? You know what we call this?
What's that?
Torturing the hypothetical. Okay? When we tear it apart to avoid the essence of the matter. And because
I think it's two different questions.
I understand what you mean. You're not wrong. But
you're still going to argue.
Absolutely. To get at the essence, to avoid your torturous interference of my plight, okay? Instead of doing it one at a time, I give 1 million earbuds. I buy AirPods, and I have to use personally made code to split the left and the right earbud, and that way I don't have to buy 2 million. Okay, I just got to buy.
Smart. That's fiscally responsible.
I only had to buy 500,000 earpods sets, and I split them, and I give them to the 1 million people in insane asylums across the country, because my initial piece of art was to see the effect of whispering these words into 1 million people to see what would happen. I did not see the cause and effect of it happening one at a time.
Okay.
This is my art.
That's
my new catchphrase, bro.
I'm going to start saying that after everything I do.
This is my art. Bro, new catchphrase unlocked. 2.5 hours into a schizo podcast, we got new catchphrases, bro.
I think...
It's a hard cookie.
It is hard. The thing that makes it still a no for me is it's not. We've talked before about like what qualifies as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Saying
clear
a
and
place,
present danger,
a person, a time, whatever, like the details and whatnot.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's what makes it a threat.
That to be 100% clear, that is generally true under like covered freedom of speech, but
right. Yeah.
There are other things that can qualify as threats. That I don't know if that would always be covered, but generally you could say that without it being illegal. Generally,
yeah. So the idea of there being the details left out leads me to then say no.
Do you understand that in your world, Charles Manson may never have gone to prison?
Well, I didn't know Charles Manson had bought a bunch of those earbuds.
Now, the reality is that Manson was physically involved in some of his crimes, but many people, for a long time, I don't think that was always known, and then most people like just don't know that, even though all the facts were out. But it was like it's often believed that Manson was never physically involved in any of the murders, which is untrue, but often believed. In a world where a cult leader is never physically involved in their crimes, but through art influences people to do crimes on their behalf, quote unquote crimes on their behalf, could the creator, this mastermind poet, should they ever be held accountable?
I think it's hard. Like I wouldn't charge them with like 1 million murders.
Just one,
right? Like, no. I mean, I don't even know if the charge is murder.
Exactly. Most likely we'd be looking at conspiracy and things, but I don't think we're talking about legal responsibility here. We're talking about is it
right? Yeah, sorry. I guess what I mean is like I wouldn't hold them responsible for those murders necessarily. Even I think I think there's again intent does change things. If the true intention wasn't to cause direct harm, if I don't know, it's hard to say, like, if their intention was just to see what happens when you tell someone who is
Sick,
mentally unwell, what, to kill them, fuck them, kill them. It's hard to make the argument that the intention of that is earnest, and I didn't know what would happen. I just wanted to see it.
Welcome to level 4, my friend. We call this black metal. Okay,
cool, yeah.
Some of my favorite artists are Nazis, abusers, woman beaters. They almost all would kill all gay people, which I don't like. Bad people. One guy killed the other guy, bombed churches, burned buildings. Terrible people. Their art I may love. Okay, not all of it, some of it. And it's easy to say, oh, their art's just expression. They don't intend these things. Well, they say they intend them. They follow through with these things. And they do want their fans to do the things they say.
Right.
Should they be held accountable?
Yes.
Here's where I land, right? When we look at someone like a Sam Hyde, or like Nazi comedian guys, or like the black metal guys, or who else makes good edgy art? If you had bad taste in art, like a Kanye, these people that are looked up to, that use their art to actually like harm people. Kanye is probably the least, but he does. His art. Hail Hitler song, selling swastika t-shirts. That shit has real effects, right?
Yep.
When we're talking moral but not legal, I feel like legal, it depends on what actually happens. If there's like Manson was guilty of conspiracy, like there are charges for certain things that
right, yeah,
don't involve physical action.
And like, especially in the black metal stuff, it's like they actually do violent things. If they're actually doing violent things, like should be held accountable for those things. Being held accountable for the things they say in their songs. And
we're seeing hella more rappers being charged with their lyric, like as evidence. Yeah. I don't like it. I think here's where I land, is that like some of my favorite artists, if I could have them alone in a room and I had my Catlin gun, wink wink, okay, I would go through 100,000 meows, okay, and make new art with them. But in the meantime, I very much enjoy some of the things that they make, where I don't think, where's the bound? What we need a scale. I think art as a general thing, it should be protected. I feel like it's immune. And the artist themselves is often covered in that immunity. But like the beautiful poem that led to 1 million deaths, I think that's protected. Absolutely. That art is immune, as fucked as it is. But on an individual level, even if I love that writer wrote the most influential poems of our generation. The consequences of those words were so vast, I can't help but admire their mind and their art. That doesn't mean I can't hold the person responsible either.
Yes, that's a very well put.
Like, I like the idea that some of my favorite artists I would love to murder. I like that. I like that duality of like, I enjoy the things they're making, and I probably enjoy them for different reasons that a large part of their audience enjoys them for. And
Yes.
I feel at conflict with the things they're making, which adds to my enjoyment of the thing.
It's an interesting take. I think it's a good take. I think there's a lot of the discussion of separating the art from the artist kind of thing, and I think a lot of it's fair. When it's like, I'm trying to think of the best example here. There's here's a personal one for me. So I guess the guy who played Bubbles on Trailer Park Boys,
I just
don't know
saw
the
that.
details.
Yeah.
I don't know the details.
Who cares? Yeah, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, or it's not even hypothetical. This happened.
Is it a sexual assault though?
Was it a charge, or was it he was
know.
accused of? I don't know. Yeah.
Like any responsible podcaster, all of my information is from 3 other podcasters who did no research.
Yeah, exactly. This is what got us to 1 million plays.
Oh, yeah, bro.
So
libel. And recklessness, bro. That's how you get to the top.
So let's say on that point, just for the sake of conversation, like what that means. If my understanding was correct, which it might not be,
mm-hmm.
I can do a quick Google. It would solve everything.
Yeah.
It would do everything.
I heard it was all cat crimes.
The funny part is I don't know his name's fucking Mike Smith. I was gonna say, okay, I don't know his real name. Charged with sexual assault. Okay, so
guilty or innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah,
but I might not want to associate with them in the meantime.
Yeah, so what that does for me is like they're not really. I guess they still kind of are making some Trailer Park Boys stuff sometimes. I'm not watching a lot of the new stuff.
I thought they were out. I haven't kept up.
No, that's their moneymaker. They've tried doing other stuff, but it just flops, and then they just go back to making more Trailer Park Boys.
No, I thought Bubbles was out, though.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. There's such I feel like that shows such an important part of my childhood. Like I grew up watching that on such a regular basis. So many of the things I say on a regular basis are just quotes from that show.
That's funny.
That I don't want to not be able to watch the show anymore, but it does sour it. There is a bit of it where it's like, if I think about it too much, it sucks.
The art is pure, brother. It's separate.
Yeah, and that's fair. But watching that, then I now have to, whenever I see him come on screen, I don't have to, but there's points now where I'm going to be like, oh, that sucks. He sexually assaulted somebody. It's like,
yeah,
that's a bummer. And it makes it harder to watch that sometimes. And it's not, it's different because it's different than your example. And I want to specify that because it's not that they advocated in any way for doing it, and liking it is part of or listening to it is there's like a contrarian bit that, like I like it for different reasons than this. It's like, no, I like the show because I like the show. And it sucks that this person who's a part of this did this bad thing.
I get what you're saying. And I'm sure there's versions of that I could associate with more strongly. But as a general thing, I just have no issue at all dissociating the art from the artist. I've never had art, I've never had the feeling of art being spoiled by the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
I just have never felt that ever. And not that I think like that's just some credit to myself. I just haven't felt that way. And I think maybe if I did, I would struggle with it more. I just have never felt like, I think like the closest I've felt to that is like when like a rapper sells out, like their first fucking 6 Underground mixtapes were sick as fuck, and then they go big time on SoundCloud, and now they suck. That bothers me, even though the art, if I like the art, it really shouldn't. And generally, it tends not to ruin things, but it probably does bother me at times, and I do think that's kind of lame.
Yeah, there's. I think I don't think I separate the art from the artist as well as or as easily as you do. But I think I'd still do it more easily than most people, or maybe not most people. A lot of the people I know that are like, oh, you just can't watch anything with that person, can't support anything with that person, can't. You know, it's like this is like, I mean, this is like, it's old shit. I think there's some of that with like like, okay, first of all, people stop playing R. Kelly shit like almost period after the R. Kelly thing goes on. But then a lot of people, like, you still hear Michael Jackson everywhere.
Yeah, which is disgusting because his music is disgusting.
The idea of separating the art from the artist, I think it varies in some ways based on how much it's like I'm not buying I'm not supporting new projects that, you know, this artist is a part of, maybe. Like, I'm not paying money for it. I think even like new stuff, I don't know that I would enjoy watching it. I don't know. I think it depends on a lot of things, and I think I can typically do it pretty well. But there are definitely some things where, like I said, I think what it really is it just kind of comes down to like, this now has a bummer in it, and I'm watching this because I want entertainment and to not be thinking about bummers. And now I'm faced with the reality that there's a bummer when I watch this now.
Yeah. I feel like the line should be the art is protected. The artist isn't always.
Yes, that's fair.
I think we should end it here. My house is getting cold as fuck. I need to turn the heat back on.
Oh yeah. What temp you at, dog?
No idea. Chilly.
My place is a nice frigid 63.
Oof. Yeah, really appreciate all you trash cats out there. Thank you so much. 1 million plays. We look forward to another million more. And yeah, email questions for next time. trashcats@gmail.com. And hey, you know, we got 1 million plays, but we still very much need some 5-star ratings. So get on it, guys.
Yeah, fucking hit those up. You guys are crazy. You said you listen to all these episodes and you send all these messages, but like, where's the little bit of push for us? You know, you can do it.
Just a little bit. All right, love you guys.
Crazy. Love you too. I don't know why I said love you too. That's crazy. Thanks again for listening, everybody. Thank you to Approaching Human for the use of his music. You can find his work on SoundCloud at Approaching-Human. Thanks,
John. If you're super, you can check out my trash yard on Instagram at SkyZXSKYZACX. Got some big episodes on the way. Very cool stuff. And really do appreciate you guys.
Make sure you check out the show page at Trash Cats. The way you just said all that.
Yeah.
Oh, you said your trash yard thing. I didn't say the Facebook part.
Yeah. You're unking out, bro. You're
I am.
Bro.
I'm chopped and a monk over
Boom.
here. Make sure to check out the show page at Trash Cats Trashcast on Instagram for news
drop
and art
the pipes.
from the show.
Editor, drop the pipes.
Check out Facebook for the memes.
If you're super bored, you can just repeat the outro line over and over again.
Just keep doing it. That's going to be all for us today. Stay classy, eat trashy.
Go fast, eat trash. Drop the pipes, editor. Editor, drop them pipes. That's crazy, chat. 1 million views. Holy shit.
It's
chat.
fucking insane. It only took 5 years.
Whew.
Okay.
This is my art.
This